Okay, November 5th, 1968, Richard Nixon wins the presidency. This was a remarkable year, and Richard Nixon won about 43% of the popular vote, defeating Hubert Humphrey, who was Lyndon Johnson's vice president, and Alabama Governor George Wallace, who was running as an independent. This was the rebirth of Nixon's political career. The former vice president had lost the California governor's race, was largely seen as done. So for him to come back and win the presidency was remarkable. But this just capped a remarkable year in American presidential politics. It started out with the assassination of Martin Luther King, and then sitting President Lyndon Johnson decided not to run for re-election because Bobby Kennedy, arguably because Bobby Kennedy was surging in the polls and surging in winning primary elections, and he could not bear to lose to another Kennedy, having lost to his brother or having give up the nomination to his brother in 1960. So Lyndon Johnson steps down. Bobby Kennedy wins the California primary, is on his way to at least being able to contest the convention in Chicago, and then he's assassinated. So Hubert Humphrey becomes the candidate. You had the conventions in Miami and Chicago, especially the one in Chicago. Mayor Daley brought in the military, cracking down on demonstrators. There were riots in the streets. Inside the convention hall, it was just as raucous. People arguing, yelling, screaming. There were racist comments being thrown around by the mayor. He's caught on camera with some very racist comments. And really this changed American politics, because after that, the political parties decided there was no way they wanted that kind of scene televised on American television ever again. And so they changed their nominating processes. So today the conventions are largely just a stage show. So anyway, remarkable year. 1968, Richard Nixon becomes president of the United States, or he's elected president of the United States on November 5th, 1968. That's what I have for you today. I will see you tomorrow.